Alright, welcome video producers. This is Mr. Granlund. I'm going to take you through how to do this tutorial right here. This is how to make a lightsaber. Here we have our young Padawan slashing away at all the clones or stormtroopers or whatever may be out there. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get this lightsaber effect here. And it's pretty simple, but you have to do something called rotoscoping, okay, or keyframing. And it's kind of a putsy process, but if you get good at it, you'll kind of fall into a rhythm and it'll get faster and faster. One thing that makes this footage a little bit harder than normal is the fact that our young Jedi Knight here is swinging around that lightsaber pretty fast. I'm going to do this over in this open section. Well, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to make the effect again. So starting with our footage, you want to get to a place where the lightsaber extends out like that. Okay, that's a pretty good place. And we're going to make a new solid. Just cleaning up the work area here. Make a new solid. So we go up to Layer, New, Solid. It doesn't matter the color, but you want to just make it a pixel, the size of the composition. And then we're going to go over to the right side, look for our effects, and go to Beam. Drag Beam onto the solid, like so. Now, we're going to move the starting point and ending point, so that one point's at the beginning of our lightsaber, the hilt, and another point is kind of off in the distance of wherever that lightsaber may land. Alright, so I'm going to place one point here and one point there. And you see the little beam there. I'm going to change the length here to 100. Time is going to stay at 50. Starting thickness, this is kind of your preference. But I like to have something like 30 at the hilt and something around 40 or even bigger at the end. That way you can kind of tell the different ends apart and you get more of a swinging effect. Inside color, this is also your preference. I'd make one white and then the outside color, whatever color you want the lightsaber to be. And then this outside color, whatever color you want it to be, I'll give him a Yoda green there, okay? And everything looks good. Now I'm going to turn on the stopwatches, which enable keyframes. So I'm going to click on the stopwatch for starting point and ending point. And now, well, I also want it to kind of extend out here. So I'm going to do something with the time here. So I'm going to click on the time. Now down here, I'm going to click on this layer, my solid layer, push U on the keyboard, and I'm going to drag that time out a little ways. And I'm going to do 0. You can kind of see it extend out just like that. So it extends out, but if you notice, he takes his hand away. So this is where we start the keyframing, okay? So now we push the page down key on the keyboard just once, and we'll move the starting point to match up, and we'll move that one to match up too. And he's moving so fast that you can't even see the hilt, and his hands look like a big giant blur. So we're just going to kind of do our best, kind of follow along, and just kind of guesstimate about how long things are. Alright, so I continue to push page down and kind of move the lightsaber accordingly. And this is probably one of the easier processes to doing a lightsaber. There's other processes where you can use a mask, and that's really tough. Now here we have kind of a problem here. This is where he's going to bring the lightsaber behind his head and from behind his body. So normally what we would do is we would put a mask around our Jedi Knight here, and then it would actually look like it's disappearing behind him. And we can do that because it's just for a minute. The other thing we can do too is we can actually split this and have it kind of disappear for a frame or two, and then pop back when we see the lightsaber again. So I'm going to split it actually. I'm going to do Control, Shift, and D on the keyboard. And it appears there, so I'm going to slide this part there. So it goes there, disappears, and I'm going to put the starting point at the hilt and the ending point somewhere like that. And that doesn't look so bad. Now to make this process a little bit faster, one thing you can do is push page down twice and then move those pieces. I'm going to push U on the keyboard to show the keyframes as I'm working here. So you see there's a little bit more space in the timeline. Now here I accidentally moved the whole frame, and that's not good. So I'm going to undo and try and get those points again. Bring it back. Now he's moving his hands quite a bit here, so I'm going to just go one frame at a time again. Oh. Now again, I could split it when he brings it behind his body here and start it again. So you kind of see it there. And then it kind of goes off the bottom there. Split it. And it'll pop back up. Right about there. And I just put it there. So anyway, you kind of get the method of going through here. And let's just see what we got so far. Okay, that looks pretty nice there. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this Enable Motion Blur. And I'm going to turn it on for that layer too. And you're going to, and all the layers that I want to have motion blur. And you're going to see it get even fuzzier. So now it has that kind of thick part to it, where the camera's rolling shutter speed, and you see it gets wider as he moves it faster. So it kind of looks just like in the movies. And for us, I think this will be a perfect way to do our lightsabers. Good luck, and may the Force be with you.